The United Nations has for the first time recognised the role played by Indigenous people and the protection of their lands as vital to slowing climate crisis. In a report published yesterday, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change outlined how human use of the land has contributed to global warming. Hindu Ibrahim is the coordinator of the Association of Indigenous Women and Peoples of Chad, who joins me now. Morning to you. Can we just first talk about the IPCC report yesterday? What was the mention about Indigenous people and the land, and what does that mean exactly?
Firstly, happy International Indigenous People Day to all my brothers and sisters. So the report on land mentioned Indigenous peoples and the importance that we are playing to protect the ecosystem and particularly the land. So that means for the first time they recognize our vital role as solution to the climate change mitigation and adaptation through our traditional knowledge.
And what is that vital role?
So Indigenous peoples, like, for example, in my community, who are the Mororo pastoralists, our way of life, when we live from one place to another one, we protect our ecosystem by giving it the break to get regenerated in a natural way. My brothers and sisters from Amazon, they know how to protect the forest. That's why it's still the Indigenous people's place who are the most protected and most biodiversity diverse around the world. So we use our way of life. In this way, we know how to live in harmony with the Mother Earth.
You've now had recognition for some of this work. Do you think other people can learn from it?
Of course. So firstly, we have already the recognition under the Paris Agreement of our traditional knowledge, and then through it, there is a platform where we can have the knowledge exchange. But to better use our wisdom and our system of way, they have to include the Indigenous people's rights and knowledge through the revision of the national determined contributions. There's the space where the countries make the commitment and reduce the emission and then have the plan for adaptation and mitigation. They have also to include it in a policies where the legislation can respect and include Indigenous peoples to the decision making in order to share this knowledge of living in harmony with the nature.
Just finally, what do you want the authorities to do to best protect the Indigenous people and also the lands you're looking after?
We want that all the authority, including the private sectors, the civil society, to recognize Indigenous peoples as a particular entity of the human being that protect the environment, to respect our rights, to implement our free, prior, and informed consent. We know that around all the world is not the same. We have the case of Brazil, but many other countries that discriminate Indigenous peoples. It's taking us as partners, as value add, as solution makers. We are there to help all the planet to maintain our degree below 1.5. We are there to help them to achieve the sustainable development goal. So we are not a problem. To recognize we are a solutions, and we have to take the decisions with all those who are taking the decision in our future.
Hindu Ibrahim, thank you for talking to me this morning.